Did you know that Japan has one of the lowest rates of high blood pressure-related deaths in the developed world, despite having one of the highest salt consumption rates? What's their secret? Today, I'm going to share with you time-tested Japanese lifestyle practices that have helped millions maintain healthy blood pressure without relying solely on medication. These aren't quick fixes or miracle cures. They're sustainable habits that have been part of Japanese culture for centuries. Stay with me for the next few minutes, and I'll show you how small, consistent changes can lead to remarkable health benefits that your doctor might never tell you about. Before we dive into the Japanese approach, let's quickly understand what blood pressure is and why it matters. Blood pressure is simply the force of blood pushing against your artery walls as your heart pumps. It's measured with two numbers, systolic, when your heart beats, and diastolic, when your heart rests between beats. Normal blood pressure is generally considered to be around 120/80 mm mercury. When these numbers climb consistently higher, we call it hypertension or high blood pressure. Why does this matter? Because high blood pressure puts extra strain on your heart and blood vessels, increasing your risk of serious problems like heart attacks, strokes, and kidney disease. What's fascinating is that different cultures around the world have dramatically different rates of hypertension. And this isn't just about genetics, it's largely about lifestyle. This is where Japan enters our story. Japan presents what scientists call a paradox, something that seems contradictory at first glance. The average Japanese person consumes more salt than Americans do, with many traditional foods like miso, soy sauce, and pickled vegetables being high in sodium. Conventional wisdom says this should lead to higher blood pressure. Yet, Japan has one of the lowest rates of cardiovascular disease in the developed world and a significantly longer life expectancy. What explains this paradox? It's not one magic food or supplement. It's a combination of lifestyle factors that work together to promote heart health and regulate blood pressure naturally. Let's break down these practices that you can incorporate into your daily life. First, the Japanese diet is fundamentally different from the standard Western diet in several key ways. Number 1. Portion control. Traditional Japanese meals are served in multiple small dishes rather than one large plate, naturally controlling calorie intake while providing variety. Number 2. Most Japanese meals feature fish rich in omega-3 fatty acids 2 to 4 times per week, fermented foods like natto, miso, and kimchi, seaweed and sea vegetables high in minerals, green tea throughout the day, minimal processed foods and added sugars. Rice is the main carbohydrate instead of bread. It's important to note that while they do consume salt, it's often balanced by potassium-rich foods. Potassium helps the body eliminate excess sodium and relaxes blood vessel walls. The Japanese diet is also naturally high in flavonoids from foods like soybeans, which research shows may help improve blood vessel function. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who followed a Japanese-style diet had a 13% lower risk of high blood pressure compared to those eating a typical Western diet. But it's not just what they eat, it's also how they eat. Meals are eaten mindfully, chewed thoroughly, and typically stop before feeling completely full, a practice called hara hachibiyu, which means eating until you're about 80% full. Second, in Japan, physical activity isn't just something you schedule into your day, it's woven into daily life. Walking is a fundamental mode of transportation. The average Japanese person walks over 6,500 steps per day, compared to about 4,000 steps for the average American. Many Japanese people practice radio taiso, or radio calisthenics, simple exercises performed to music that's broadcast on the radio. These gentle movements are done by school children, office workers, and elderly people alike. Traditional activities like gardening are also common. especially among older adults. Gardening not only provides physical activity, but also connects people with nature, which has its own stress-reducing benefits. Speaking of traditional practices, gentle martial arts like Tai Chi and Qigong, while originally Chinese, have been adopted widely in Japan. These combine physical movement with breathwork and meditation, creating a triple benefit for blood pressure. Research shows that regular, moderate exercise like walking can lower blood pressure by 5 to 8 millimeter mercury. That's similar to the effect of some blood pressure medications, but with additional benefits for your mood, sleep, and overall health. The key takeaway here isn't about intense exercise. It's about consistent, enjoyable movement throughout the day, every day. Third, Japan has some of the most unique and effective stress management traditions in the world. Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, is the practice of spending time in forests for health benefits. Multiple studies show that just 20 minutes among trees can significantly lower stress hormones and blood pressure. Japanese gardens are specifically designed to promote tranquility with elements that engage all senses. Even looking at images of these gardens has been shown to have calming effects. Hot spring bathing, or onsen, is another cultural practice that research shows can lower blood pressure temporarily. The combination of warmth, mineral content, and relaxation creates multiple benefits for the cardiovascular system. Mindfulness practices like meditation have been part of Japanese Buddhist traditions for centuries. Even brief daily meditation has been shown to lower blood pressure by 5 millimeter mercury or more in some studies. These stress reduction approaches are particularly important because chronic stress is a major contributor to high blood pressure, and one that medications don't directly address. Fourth, in Japan, social isolation isn't as common as in Western countries. Multiple generations often live together or near each other, and community activities remain an important part of daily life. Why does this matter for blood pressure? Research consistently shows that strong social ties correlate with better cardiovascular health. People with supportive social networks have blood pressure that spikes less during stressful situations. The Japanese concept of ikigai, having a purpose that makes life worth living, also contributes to heart health. Studies show that people with a strong sense of purpose experience less stress and inflammatory response. One fascinating study found that elderly Japanese people with the strongest community ties had blood pressure readings averaging 12 points lower than those who were more socially isolated. While we can't completely replicate Japanese social structures, we can prioritize meaningful connections in our own lives. Now let's talk about how to apply these principles in your daily life. I'm not suggesting you completely transform your lifestyle overnight. Instead, consider these manageable steps. 1. Start with your plate. Add 1 serving of fatty fish to your weekly menu. Incorporate a fermented food like yogurt or kimchi daily. Replace 1 cup of coffee with green tea. Try using herbs and spices instead of salt for flavor. 2. For movement. Take a 10-minute walk after each meal. Stand up and stretch for 5 minutes every hour. Find activities that don't feel like exercise, gardening, dancing, or playing with children or pets. 3. For stress management. Start with just 5 minutes of meditation or deep breathing daily. Spend time in nature once a week, even if it's just at a local park. Create an evening ritual that helps you wind down properly. 4. For social connection. Schedule regular check-ins with friends or family. Join a community group based on your interests. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. Small, consistent changes often lead to more sustainable results than dramatic overhauls. We've covered a lot of ground today, from diet and movement to stress management and social connection. These elements of the Japanese lifestyle work together synergistically to support healthy blood pressure. What makes these approaches powerful isn't that they're exotic or complicated. It's that they're sustainable. They become part of who you are and how you live, rather than temporary measures you forced yourself to follow. If you're currently taking blood pressure medication, please don't stop without consulting your doctor. The approaches we've discussed can work alongside conventional treatment, and in some cases, might eventually allow your doctor to reduce your medication. Remember that healthy blood pressure isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about creating the energy and vitality that allows you to live your most fulfilling life. Found this information helpful? Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more evidence-based wellness content, and share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, download our free guide 7-day Japanese-inspired meal plan for heart health by clicking the link in the description. Until next time, here's to your health, body, and soul.